It's the Initiates. We back. We are the #1 spiritual podcast on the internet. Align your chakras, gain some knowledge, make more dollars. You are now tuned into Scholars. Join the Discord. Be a part of the conversation. The Initiates podcast and the Initiates Nation. Roll up your favorite pack and your best libation. Take some notes or go deep into meditation. The time we share is soul creations. Enjoy the show.
You already know what it is, man. The Initiates, we back on the recount. This episode 32, Game Theory. We about to get into some, dare I say, deep waters. Shout out to the co-hosts, the Initiates for the Flame. What's going on, fellas?
Peace. What's good with y'all? Is it cold where y'all at?
Man, definitely.
I'm at that age, man. I just did it. It's just not even. It's not real.
It's not real no more.
I know how to bundle up, so it's like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
My toes was kind of freeze today, but it is what it is. When you live in the Midwest, you deal with it every year. So it's like,
I just know melanated people got a high propensity for getting sick whenever the weather changes. So I'm just checking in on y'all.
Yeah, no, I'm taking my vitamin C, my zinc, eating grapefruit in the morning with some tea. Trying to keep my body temperature up, but yeah, it's pretty cold out here. It's pretty cold. In the 20s right now in Cleveland.
So what y'all think about game theory?
I think game theory is a very interesting concept from the different places where I've heard about it. Being that, or I'll say this, being rooted in that saying, you're not trying to win if you're not cheating. Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, deflating the balls. You get what I'm saying? Bernard Hopkins, sneaking in extra hits, extra punches on the side where the ref can't see. Like pushing the boundaries to have the result that you want out of a situation.
Would you say ensure victory?
Yeah. It's about ensuring victory by any means necessary.
I'm curious, Hood. Would you deem that as Machiavellian?
I don't think that in game theory you ensuring a victory, so to speak.
Okay.
In reference to a game, you win some, you lose some. I think the delusion of not being in a game, I don't think that is like sectioned off for a certain amount of people. I think it's a intuitive conceptual concept in reference to wherever you at in the game that you need to play to absolutely win. And I don't think that, I think game theory in a reference of like evil is like more of dealing with a prostitute, right? Where it's morally wrong, but financially sound, and you operating on a level of honesty that you would never get in a monogamous, mundane relationship. Because at the end of the day, if your girl fuck a nigga tomorrow, you might do something violent. You know what I'm saying? But a pimp, he would have a girl have sex 28 times in a day, and he's going to the goddamn clothing store, right? It's like a different.
Gators.
He gets some gators and some whole Stacey Adam look, right? Because the way that he is figured out the game is different from how the average person have figured out the game. And that's not relegated to like you have to play the game. That's what I feel like the game theory is like the same theory of like gravity, right? Like it's kind of like we kind of don't know what gravity is, but we kind of do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like it's not 100%, but if you just pan out and you dictate life, you gotta be shitting me if it ain't based upon winning and losing.
1,000.
The more I think about it, anybody that I know, this nigga either won in life or he lost in life. It ain't really no in between when you 85. Or you 42 and tragically, you know what I'm saying, something weird happened. Like you died before his time. Nigga, if that happened in Tomb Raider, you wouldn't say I won the game.
Yeah, you wouldn't be happy that you had
You
to.
wouldn't be happy that you died in the middle of it.
You still got to reset.
You couldn't go in different parts of the world. You just stayed in one area of the game. Yeah, I feel like life is that. Life is game theory. But I think people idealize it in a way where they project it onto the elites or to whatever conceptual thing that is greater than you that you can muster within your knowledge base. Because if you go down the street, it's some goddamn Chinese people running a motherfucking monopoly in your city, and you none the wiser. Right?
That was gonna be my next question. Right. We had this discussion earlier, and I don't know how you want to start with a video or whatnot, but my next question was going to be, we talking about game theory, and you're talking about you still have to play the game, but does morality fit in that, or should it fit in that?
I mean, it just depends. It just depends on if you dealing with reality or you dealing with a fantasy. Or you dealing in a world where you hope things lean in your favor, or you live in an actual factual world and you deal with the overall consensus or a large percentage base, like more than I would say 80% of shit, to where you make rational conclusions. Like, are you going to meet a virgin? Yes or no? Like, you're probably not, right? Are you going to be rich? Yes or no?
More like
the percentages is like, nah, you probably not. So now you got to start actively playing in the game, right? Because you're not going to have a quality mate and you're not going to have finances. So in reference to morality, you're talking about if you got a wife and kids and a white picket fence and you trying to be the best man you can be. That's not no nigga story. From niggas is at the bottom talking about, well, let's be moral.
Your kids can't eat no morality, nigga.
Yeah, nah.
I mean, I'm just saying, right?
It's not even a chance.
You know what that made me
think? That I'm not going to do what I gotta do. It's like I'm going to do it.
That made me think because I experienced it, right? But that makes me think of the kid that comes home with some drug money to help out, and the mom that won't take it because she knows where he got it from. But she needs it, right? Lights about to go off, like the eviction notices are piling up, like, you know what I'm saying?
But morals is stopping her from keeping the lights on.
But because I know how you got it, right? But here's the question I asked them, just to follow it up, and we can start the show.
Can you go find her phone and cut it off?
Who's to say there exists money in this world that wasn't gained the wrong way? Right? Like it's kind of like the one drop rule with black folk, right? Like any amount of dirt on the money dirties all the money. So what are we really talking about when we talk about dirty and clean money?
I mean, I think it's more intricate than that. I think it's more of like in reference to the game theory. Like, if I had a PlayStation at my house and you had a PlayStation at your house,
Mm-hmm.
and you play Crash Bandicoot and I play NFL Game Day,
Mm-hmm.
there's no right or wrong in reference to you better win in that game. So I think that when it boils down to like what you're going to do, what you're willing to do, shit, that's just it. In this world, it's completely up to the individual. And I will also say, like in America, dog,
Mm-hmm.
in America,
Mm-hmm.
like
Come
it's
on with it.
it's so many businesses. Just thinking like that shoe repair business that's downtown, prime real estate. Ain't not a soul in that business for the past 40 years, but it's paying rent every month.
Still open.
Still open. Got the nerve to be hiring motherfuckers and shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this niggas is laundering money through legit businesses as long as my name is Kyrie Hassan Anthony. That is what this shit is most of the time. A movie, a nigga got 500 million off of some goddamn fentanyl. Okay, let's do a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. Let's spend 100 million and make back 90 million. Who gives a fuck? Because now we got 90 million clean.
Mm-hmm.
Easy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get motherfucking Lorenz Tate. You know what I mean? Just think about how easy it is for niggas to start a business into like, and it's like the more things like music, entertainment, put forth these bigger budgets, a lot of this shit is funded by drug money. Okay. So I'm saying niggas is trying to be successful and you might link up with somebody and he think he moral, but
Yeah.
working for the devil. You know what I'm saying? It's millions of people that work for Coca-Cola, and it's also millions of people that die from diabetes. But nobody goes at home at night cashing them checks like, man, is it my fault that Big Bertha died from cancer? Like they're not processing it like that. So it's like I just feel like niggas, like I said, the morality question, bro, is for a life that we never had.
Yeah, it's rhetorical all the time when it comes from me because you know how I feel about morality. I just offered it up as a counterweight, so to speak, because like I'm all for the idea and the understanding of game theory, right? Because when we think about the concepts and just the bare facts, bro, life is a Ponzi scheme, no matter how you want to look at it.
However you want to look at it.
Your job is a Ponzi scheme. Everything is a Ponzi scheme, right? And if you like me, who grew up in the projects, most black people treat their kids like the money got to go up before it go down, right? Like the parents don't send the money down in black families. Like the money go up first, right? Like you pitching in early in the black family, right? So when you understand all of that, and then you go on this side, and then people say, all right, well, we're gonna give you all of this, access to all of this, but you only can use this because anything outside of this is, you in that gray morality clause area. So you can't do that, right? But you can do this. And it's like, but everybody else is doing that. Everybody else that's winning is doing that. But they say you can't do that because it's not the right thing to do. That's the only reason why I asked the question. But as far as I'm concerned, like this is one of those philosophical dispositions. Like if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound? Right? That's the same way it goes when it comes to game theory, as far as I'm concerned, whether you're using that thing or not. Right?
It also made me think of like the idea of war crimes. You know what I mean? As a kid, when I heard that term, I used to think like, how could it be like war crimes when it's a war? You get what I'm saying? I thought the whole object of a war was to decimate your enemy. You know what I mean? Get them out the way so they can't hurt you no more, whatever. And but once you start once I got older and started really like getting some type of understanding of history and seeing like how countries will send their citizens to fight citizens from another country, but at the end of the day, the senates and the prime ministers in the countries are drinking coffee. You know what I mean? Looking at their checkbook. It's almost like you can almost call it like war theory in a way.
Life theory.
Yeah, because it's kind of like people play by their own rules. It's kind of like you got the game, or basically, let's say civilization is the game, but everybody got their own set of rules. And some people agree to play with each other, like NATO or BRICS. They choose to play with each other. Or even, man, damn, we can even go down the rabbit hole of just the CIA and how that started. How it's a government entity, but all the work they do is on foreign soil.
Yeah, and they still run probably 3/4 of the world at the same time. Like, their influence and reach is that far and wide.
And how they're responsible for assassinating a lot of political leaders in these foreign countries that we'll never know about. Where they sit at the Pentagon and somewhere, wherever the CIA is at. I think it's in Virginia. And just figure out, like, in the long run, what person will be a threat, what emirate will be a threat to the United States way of life. And they figure out how to like terminate them, how to get rid of them. But then I could think of it on the scale of like trying to get into the business of real estate. You got corporations buying up land. You know what I mean? And I'm a nigga, I just want a house.
Right. They doing that shit left and right.
Meanwhile, it's this, I don't know, it's this company that's trying to buy the whole block because they about to put an Amazon fulfillment building there, and they about to put a Myers over there. They about to. It's difficult, man, because it's almost like state property. You gonna get down or you gonna lay down. You can try to go up against like the corporations, but who actually did it and won?
What have melanated people found out the most, and probably the hardest lesson? Right?
We actually need each other.
Yeah, but not only that, the right way within this system is the broke way. Right? Like the follows the rules way in this system, right? You don't get ahead in this system. And we all know how hard life is on its own if you don't get ahead nowhere at all, right? Like if you don't get no breaks anywhere, right? So to further this point, like I think we talking about life with training wheels versus life without. Morality to me would be training wheels.
Um, back to the CIA point. So it's like I think it's not. I don't think like when we talk about the CIA, I don't think we gotta be. Look, we could be more realistic and more grounded into something that has affect every single black person in America, which is the crack epidemic, right? Which was 100% facilitated and oversaw by the CIA,
Mm-hmm.
right? So my thing is this particular government actually serves a larger covert situation in reference to peace treaties, right? Because when you talk about wars, right, the soldiers fight the battles, not the citizens,
Mm-hmm.
right? But then another government comes in, replaces the other government, right? But along with the peace treaties, it's like consolidations that's like supposed to like triple, quadruple over into some like, residuals for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
However, since we're not a part of those peace treaties because they reclassified us,
Mm-hmm.
the governmental system is just that, right? It's a so like in this country, it's a democracy. You got to vote. It's representatives. It's city council, and all of these particular things, like to create order, to create a certain level of a gang theory, without like if niggas had a race, they
Mm-hmm.
done ran around the track 8 times, and like, all right, nigga, you go,
Yeah.
right? And then let's add insult to injury. Niggas, for some reason, is possessed with doing it by themselves
Yeah. Individualistic.
at the core.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to figure it out on my own.
Mm-hmm.
So, in reference to game theory, part of the game theory is figuring out how to unite. Because the point of the game, when you master the game, is when you have a strong nucleus of motherfuckers that you can trust.
Mm-hmm.
And only then will you ever feel like you have won, because you know you can't do it by yourself, and you know you can't do it with people that you can't trust.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So at a certain level, shit, it's like the controls of a game. Like, just back to an analogy, we've all played a game. You ever played a game and like the first 5 seconds, a motherfucking monster just come out and just kill your ass? You like, oh shit. So I know as soon as this game start, I got a motherfucking
Mm-hmm.
monster,
Mm-hmm.
or else I'm not gonna get past the first part. But every game have an antagonist in reference to something that you gotta overcome. But I think the best way to win a game, especially like Call of Duty, is or any online game, is when your communication is solid. You play NBA 2K, like all of your niggas on the same page, y'all gonna be cold. Versus you just playing by yourself with a bunch of niggas you can't even communicate with, and these niggas running plays. It's over for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
And I think part of the appeal, though, about the game in and of itself is the fact that um, there's a level of trial and error that all of us have to go through at some point in it, right? Like, but I think what you're describing is not allowing the trial and error to be the entire game, right? Because if you're out here operating on your own,
niggas assuming that there's no monsters out here, and
yeah,
that they don't gotta motherfucking play the game. They
yeah,
just like,
yeah.
I should just automatically be at the boss. Like,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, we've been down long enough, boss, sir. Can't we be up by now, boss, sir? I'm sorry, but that's how niggas be acting sometimes, bro.
cook, man. Breeze, what's up with the weekly rundown, man? you was thinking about for this weekly astrologicals.
Yeah. So today, the today the moon's in Cancer, and then it's going to move into Leo Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it'll be in Virgo. Um, and so we're dealing with the tarot cards, um, 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups, 5 of Cups, and then I'm sorry, 3 and 4 of Cups, 6 and 7 of Wands, 8, 9, 10 of Pentacles. Okay, got it up here. So I mean, basically, it's about being able to answer personal questions. I've been doing a lot of shadow work, refining my personal cycles, really getting in tune with what works for me and what doesn't, and like documenting it though, like making an effort to journal every day about how my day went, because I'm really at the point where I want to create new cycles in my life. I don't want to keep making the same mistakes, and just being salty about it and then trying it again, making the same mistakes and in that same cycle over and over again. So basically, the true love is like inner love, that love that you get from your soul. And when we fall off on like a good streak, say you want to go to the gym every day for a month, or you want to change your diet, and you're doing really well, you know what I mean? You got about 10 days, you've been consistent, you feel good about it. And then something may happen in life where you miss 2 days in a row. A lot of times in the past, I've gotten so salty or mad, like, damn, man, I almost had it. But nigga, you can still keep going. You just got to restart. And I think the problem sometimes is that we don't want to start shit over again. And I think life has this way of humbling us or spirit has this way of humbling us when we get too high on our own shit. You know what I mean? When we get egotistical about what we're doing, or we might become arrogant after being successful doing something over and over again. I think at a certain point we start to feel invincible. And I think that's what Cancer represents. Cancer and Leo, that energy going from Cancer to Leo represents. Leo really representing more of that. You got to be brave to start over again and to learn from your mistakes, not get into a place of resentment and blaming others because something didn't go as planned. And then later in the week, Virgo is where you basically got all this personal data. You got all these journal entries of how it went bad, how it went good, and how it went bad. So like the 8 of Pentacles is prudence. And I don't know the definition off the top of my head, but prudence is really just being very careful, very strategic,
like
very game.
It's like steadfastness.
Yeah. Foresight, wisdom, good judgment. For some reason I want to say like, okay, practical decisions. So kind of being a little bit more strategic of how you plan things out, so you can reapproach that diet. You can reapproach semen retention. You can reapproach going to the gym in a way where it's like, okay, maybe I need to start going to bed at a certain time. Maybe I need to clean up my diet.
That's in the same realm as diligence, right?
Yeah. Virgo energy is practicality, diligence, consistency. I would also say like refinement. of some sort. Like, how can I make it better than the last time? And I think with your personal cycles, as long as you're figuring out how to improve with growth, as opposed to looking for someone to blame, that's the energy of the week.
Okay.
It's just learning from your mistakes. I remember in the book To Outwit the Devil, there's a part where the devil is saying, like, in every failure there's a seed to success. I'm paraphrasing, but like in every failure there's the seed to success. So I mean, you can either get mad or you can be like, oh, this L was some game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, I was thinking that sometimes we may like really want to make changes in our lives, but we might have like subconscious desires that we haven't addressed that kind of gets in the way. Like, for instance, you may want to be, you know, an upstanding businessman, or you might want to be like respected or with amongst a lot of people, but you really desire to be filthy rich by any means necessary. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think sometimes subconsciously we may have unchecked desires that conflict with what we're trying to do consciously. And I think we gotta it can be very beneficial to reconcile like those subconscious desires and even temptations to do certain things, you know, because sometimes you can waste your time going for something just to be showy, you know what I mean? Just to say, you know, look what I got, you know. Like I always said, like, man, I always wanted, you know, 3 Cuban link chains that equaled a kilo of gold in weight. But it's like, what is that gonna do for me? It looks cool. It looks cool, you know, but like, say I get the money to get it, I'm be like, damn, bro, I can buy it. I can get it, you know. Whereas
you would essentially judge yourself. You would essentially judge yourself from having
it. I'll be happy to have it and show it off, and then I'm like, damn, all this money that I just, well, I mean, but I always used to tell myself, well, like, hey, you can always trade it back in for money if you don't put diamonds in it.
So here's a novel concept. I don't know, maybe, you know, that's the shadow that's created from you not participating fully in game theory, like we were just talking. Like, I'm just thinking, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of like that area, right?
So you saying practicing,
like, you have this desire, and that's like a burning, like, you know what I'm saying, like urge to get a particular thing. But on this side, you like, it's not a good thing for you to have that, because what is the necessity of having that? Like, Ish and Joe Buttons was going back about this a couple of weeks ago, where they were talking about those $80,000 Timbs that Pharrell just dropped, right?
80,000 is crazy.
So he dropped a pair of Versace Timbs that are 85,000 in excess, something ridiculous like that. And Joe Buttons and them guys were an argument over that shit on their show, because Joe was getting on Ish for how much money he spends on clothing, and Ish was saying to Joe, like, he could see him buying those Timbs because they're both a bit excessive with how they spend money. So the conversation then came about, like, he had $1,000 hoodie on this week, and they're like, is there a necessity to $1,000 hoodie? Kind of like what you were just alluding to a second ago, Meaning, like, if I get these 3 chains that equal out a kilo, it's cool as fuck because I always wanted it, but then I'm gonna judge myself for it on the back end. So it's that dichotomy, I think, that plays weird for a lot of people. Like, if you ultimately subconsciously believe you don't necessarily deserve to have a thing or should have a thing because of its lack of necessity, would you even enjoy having it if you get it anyway?
Right. Right, because it's going to be that constant dialogue of like, why did I get this shit?
Every time somebody looks at you weird, you're gonna think, is that what they thinking? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. The shadow is gonna be yelling.
Yeah, the shadow will go crazy on that.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is, where's that line between what you should probably give into versus what you shouldn't when we talk about these desires and urges and so forth, right?
Yeah. Because I mean, now
what if
do
you're
deal with
supposed to
humanity.
have the most provocative thing that everybody says you're not supposed to have? What if you are supposed to have that? What if that's your metaphysical symbol somewhere? Like what if? Right?
Mm-hmm.
About Ghostface and Slick Rick. Like, what if?
I think we definitely deal with humanity. And I just think it comes down to like not being dominated by materialism. You know, because I think you can.
But we all, unbeknownst to us, follow a Aramaic religion. Like, they're all Aramaic religions, bro. They're all materialistic religions.
Mm-hmm.
There goes the rub right there. Every single one of them is Abrahamic, bro. These are materialistic at their core. Break bread and wine, bro. Like, at the core. So therein lies the rub. If you are a spiritual being being led by a materialistic religion, what would you deem that as? Out of order? I don't know.
I don't think I don't think that. I think it gotta be. I don't think you can like even approach life in any form or fashion in a way of desire or wanting shit to happen. More or less that if you just think about the time where things worked out for you in your favor, you wasn't specifically doing nothing external.
Mm-hmm.
You were probably just in internal alignment, or you was in deep meditation and you was like disciplined in your meditation and things just started working for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the problem, if you ask me, is always lack of self-love in reference to the present moment, which creates the future moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to play this clip from Adaption. It's an adaptation where dude is talking about love. Can y'all hear it?
Yes, sir. Oh no, it just went out.
No, can't hear it.
I'm not oblivious. You're gonna find us. I don't think so. I don't want to die, Donald. I've wasted my life. God, I've wasted it. You did not. You're not gonna die. I wasted it. I admire you, Donald, you know? I spent my whole life paralyzed, worrying about what people think of me. And you're just oblivious. I'm not oblivious. No, you don't understand. I mean that as a compliment. It was this time in high school. I was watching you at the library window. You were talking to Sarah Marsh. Oh, God, I was so in love with her. I know. And you were flirting with her. And she was being really sweet to you. I remember that. And then, when you walked away, she started making fun of you with Kim Kennedy. And it was like they were laughing at me. You didn't know it all? You seemed so happy. I knew. I heard them. Well, how come you were so happy? I love Sarah, Charles. It was mine. That love. I owned it. Even Sarah didn't have the right to take it away. I can love whoever I want. She thought you were pathetic. That was her business, not mine. You are what you love, not what loves you. That's what I decided a long time ago.
Like that scene always like shifted something in me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like never even giving a fuck on if people like me or love me, I'ma just do what I love to do. You know what I mean? And I tell you, it really do work out that way.
It's not being based on outside.
Yeah, nothing on the external. Cause like the more you study it, the more people can't even really fully perceive you for real. They only have a fragment of you in their being, a small fragment of you. It's like nigga be like, oh, that's just Raw down the street. But you got a whole life, a whole energy about you, past, present, and future. But to somebody, you just a nigga from down the street, or that's just my little cousin. Like, you know what I'm saying? You a concept for a lot of people, but within your own being, you know, like it's more to you. But at that same point, do you love your potential? If you love your potential, you love your outcome. But in reference to a lot of young children, a lot of people that grew up in a black community, they are fixated and obsessed and possessed with the external. And when you bring fundamental metaphysics in reference to, all right, this is how you get it, niggas lose interest quick as fuck. But I'm like, dog, do you not understand the electromagnetic universe that you live in that resonates to your positive emotions?
Yeah, niggas get bored with the process, like without ever fully taking it in, right? Because listening to you say that, that shit sound fly as hell. Hell yeah, I want to do that, but like you said, implementation and execution, and then going about doing that thing is totally different.
Because a lot of times motherfuckers be with themselves, right? And the concept of morality will have you feeling a certain type of way. But I'm telling you, when you in the realm of like underworld shit and you ethical and business like, and you feel freer than you would like, it's like morality cages you a lot of times. Immorality, it frees you. Like you got to do it within reason. You got to do it within structure. It's the same thing, but at the same time, it's like understanding spirituality a lot of time is in the immoral spaces and places to where you interject morality in spiritual conversations. You're like now turning it into like church, or you know what I'm saying, like
You religify it.
yeah, like you put a, and then the weird part about it is that motherfuckers is freaky deaky anyways.
right? Like you still got that part of the shadow to deal with, right? Like you said something real key just a moment ago. You said you in the underworld, you would operate more freely. Yeah, I think that would be the premise to start from. We already in the underworld, baby. Like that's the premise to start from. Have y'all seen it down here lately? I mean, like you already here. The idea that you're gonna operate on some righteous perch, right? At your own behest is crazy. Right? Like you doing it despite your face.
And the thing about it is that not too many niggas is getting paid a livable wage.
No.
140K.
I know two people that live together splitting the rent and they still having trouble.
So now your girl mad at you because she gotta go to work. Just so y'all can make.
She gonna fuck Jermaine in the mailroom. I'm just saying, Jermaine gonna get some work buns now.
You know what I'm saying? That work husband shit, that shit, motherfuckers be expecting you to walk through that fucking door. Like, hey.
Listen, nigga. I think that's why a lot of guys have the disposition of like staying single in so many situations. But I digress from that. Real fucking talk, bro. You see the new thing they said, nurses is more freakier than anybody. So I mean, as far as I know, everybody's giving up something, some way, somehow.
Nah, this shit is wicked, man. I know that this shit is wicked, man. And it's real crazy how the world works and how consciousness works and how education works, because it's like, you know, people have a mindset now that's like locked in to whereas like if you are able to find somebody, man or woman, you know, God has really blessed you. Or if you come into large sums of money, you know, you're doing something right. And even if you're doing something wrong, you're doing something right. Because I guarantee you, the niggas that are impoverished to the 10th degree would do what you're doing 10 times worse because they want it that bad, you know. But knowledge is power, right? And that's another thing that people are not really sitting on in this technological age, right? They can scroll on their phones, they can watch Netflix, they can talk about Diddy all day, but if we can get into some knowledge, right? Because like bro, this shit is powerful. I mean, like this shit is really powerful in a sense where we watched a video where a nigga got on there and said rituals and psychedelics is how you become a god. Millions of followers, millions of people, but the way he told it, it kind of like skewed it a little bit. It's like center but off center.
Yeah,
but I'm the nigga that said, nigga, ritual and psychedelics, you can become a god. I told niggas I did a ritual in my fucking living room and I was in South America, nigga. I swear on my kids. It was in the middle of winter and I felt like I was in the motherfucking tropical rainforest. I felt amazing. And I took shrooms 100 times before. And I never, and I did it with a ritual. I made me up a ritual and I did a ritual just as the shrooms hit, nigga. I said, oh yeah, portal is open. I told niggas that. I tell niggas that all the time. This nigga can tell niggas it in a way where it's like, yeah. It's all erratic and shit. You feel me? Like it's like off center, a little bit off kilter, a little bit
just a little bit. Quiet ain't right. That curl quite ain't. Yeah.
Get your chakras aligned, nigga. Cause I've been telling niggas this shit for years.
Oh, for years. Shadow work is chakra work for years.
For years. So
Shit, he probably been listening to you.
exactly. But niggas can't really fully conceptualize it in a way where it's like, yeah. Sooner or later, niggas will be like, it ain't nothing else for us to do besides what's growing out of the earth is these mushrooms and these rituals because we got to tap in.
Mm-hmm.
We got to tap in. We got to really get into our meditation.
That's going to be the only way to communicate. That's the only way to understand if I had to eat a bunch of shrooms, nigga. Like, that's going to be it.
That's going to be it. And niggas is going, like, it's slowly but surely coming into the mainstream consciousness. Every year, it grows in the fucking zeitgeist to a where it's like, it's normal. It's some shroom stores open up in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's happening, right? And I'm saying all of this to say, yeah, don't be late to the party thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just take these shrooms and give me some pussy, or I'm gonna take these shrooms and watch a movie. No, psychedelics and ritual. Okay,
Yeah.
Nothing
You
to
ruin
do.
it, man. You ruining your connection with the shrooms by doing that shit, man. Don't do that shit.
Like I would even gander to say that you're not even connecting with the shrooms if you're doing that, nigga. Like
you might as well just drink some liquor, man. Don't just leave the shrooms alone.
There is no compatibility to that. Like I get it. Like if that's you and your shorty thing, like that's y'all thug thistle, but y'all should have a ritual around that. Nigga. No need to do the perks and Oxycontin and all that shit for that shit. Like, come on, bro. Use the fungus for what is used for, nigga. What the fuck?
Oh, I thought y'all weren't gonna play this video.
I mean,
I'm only gonna play the part where you talk about psychedelics and ritual.
Okay.
It's funny as hell.
I ain't about to. This nigga went too many rabbit
super ham.
All right, but let me know if y'all can hear it.
I can hear it.
It's kind of low.
And the answer.
Okay, yeah, it's good. It's good.
Act these things out, you become the god because you have their memories. Okay? So, how? Let me explain this, okay? I know you're a bit confused by this, but let me explain. So let's go back to Kant. What Kant tells us is that there's something called the noumena, which are the things in themselves. We can never know the things in themselves. We can never know true reality. We can only know the phenomena, which is the things we see. In other words, we cannot differentiate between what is true and what is false. So if you're able to control our experience, you're able to control our memories. Okay? So let me give you another example of this. Remember Monkey Island? On Monkey Island, we discussed this previously. 100 people are transported onto an island randomly, and they have to survive millions of flesh-eating monkeys. And this experience makes them strong, wise, and united. They're transported back to the real world, and together, they conquer the world together. But now the challenge is, how do I ensure that my children and my grandchildren inherit my legacy? And the answer is through ritual. Okay? So what you do is you take your children, you put them on an island, and you tell them a story, and then you give them psychedelics. Psychedelics are drugs that enhance your experience. So you actually believe the story is happening to you, okay? It's like being put into a movie, okay? And then you have these rituals that make you believe that you actually experienced this yourself, okay? So this is what we call programming.
That nigga got deep right there.
I mean, that's it right there, man. Like meditation, psychedelics, and journal and ritual. Draw all the money I done spent on books, classes, learning shit. Those four things for me has been the most powerful things. And the funny thing about it, a pen and a pad. I mean, the mushrooms gonna cost you a little something, but you got a job. You got a car. You can buy you some shrooms. You can meditate anywhere. You can do rituals anywhere. I feel like mushrooms, for me, they've helped me like remember myself. I know it sounds kind of cliche, but I feel like I think I've said this to y'all before. It
Mhm.
like healed my brain. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't know. It feels like it helped me think better,
Mhm.
but like think of myself as it relates to like existence better. Like have a better understanding of like the essence of what I am.
Mhm. I thought it was super interesting that he started that whole story with um taking your kids to an island. Let's just stop there. How many parents is going to take their kids to an island and
How
drop,
many parents is gonna get their kids psychedelics?
yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
drop them off and leave? Like, bro,
I was just thinking that like I wonder how old would the
that's the
kids
reason
be.
why they are ahead of us by so much, right? Like, they put their kids out in the wild and test them type shit. Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
meanwhile,
when you say it like
Jermaine's in the
that.
back. Jermaine is in the back playing Madden. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
he not going nowhere.
Jermaine, like where the hoes at and shit.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
But peep this hot shit out. College campuses, nigga. Greek fraternities, nigga. Boom.
Mm-hmm. Hazing rituals.
Like
Hazing
they
rituals.
are able to remember who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you go to them fraternity houses, them motherfuckers be nice and them motherfuckers be having Benzes up. Like the kids that's in the frats and the sororities, them motherfuckers got money. Like, and they come from money, is what I'm saying. Like, but it's also like I get it now. That's why your daughter or your son gonna go to your alma mater because they about to go through the same rituals as you did
Mm-hmm.
because these rituals help you. Because think about who's coming out of those sororities and fraternities, world leaders.
People that run the world. Yep.
So they gotta be on the right program.
Mm-hmm.
And what we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Playing Madden, rolling up fat backwoods,
Mm-hmm.
ruining our throat. You know what I'm saying? Won't even smoke a hemp, just fucking drinking Hennessy.
I swear to God, man. Yeah, yeah. Like we were unfortunately not necessarily passed down the concept of rites of passage, and you getting put out into the wild and being able to forced to being accountable and able to fend for yourself without any form of help or anything, like just your wits about you, right?
Like your forefathers.
Mm-hmm. Like everybody that came before you. Like there was a point in time in this world where you weren't able to scroll to figure out where you were. Which one is this, big bro?
worth investigating.
What is it?
My position on this has changed radically. So it used to be that I would say that I thought evil was an extremely rare phenomenon. And the reason that I thought it was extremely rare is because it's a terrible strategy, right? If we say that ruthlessness, doing anything to get ahead, is a good strategy, right? Because you can always not do stuff, right? You have every move available to you if you're just perfectly amoral. But evil has to be something beyond amoral. Evil has to be something that intentionally does harm, that delights in it, right? In order to merit that term.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a good strategy, right? You want, if game theoretically, the ideal strategy is perfect amorality, because it can behave morally when that's advantageous, and it can behave immorally when that's advantageous. That is inherently the best. I'm not saying it's good, it's not defensible, but I'm saying just game theoretically, that is going to be the most effective strategy, is one that can be moral and amoral, or it can behave in whatever way is ideal for the individual circumstance. To delight in doing harm is to miss the opportunity to be good when it's the right thing to do. So I would have expected evil to be a very rare phenomenon because it's self-extinguishing, right? If you're doing harm for its own sake, that's not a way to get ahead. You'll be outcompeted by people who are amoral at the very least. But I see so many things that strike me as meriting that label. I mean, for example, the pedophilia that you're talking about.
Right.
I don't understand the ability to destroy a child for your own gratification. Like, I'm sorry, that merits the term. And it apparently is more common than most of us have believed until recently.
Yeah, man. The concept of evil in this world as it relates to game theory, where you don't even realize that it's monsters in the game, you know?
You think those is regular characters?
Yeah. Two-Face shapeshifters. So I deal with this in real life, you know what I'm saying? And it's like people will organize against you because it's easier to win in that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a gang up. There's always going to be strength in numbers.
Right. Exactly.
And when try adding the supposed morality component to that, right? So now you're talking about I am going to omit myself, and I'm going to fight against myself, because not only is the game rigged against me, right? They got co-conspirators, right? Like it's not just one of them, right? It's a group over here, it's a group over there. It's your gas station, your grocery store, like your department store, like your job, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's everywhere. Yeah, I just think I don't think that makes a lot of sense to not play with a full deck based off of what other people are going to think of you in light of what you're doing to get it, to obtain it, right? Like I don't think it would behoove you to concern yourself with that. Like you don't have that luxury, especially not as a melanated person, to think that way. I get to say we never had that luxury of thinking that way. But we're so kind at our core, like we're so loving at our core, that all of this shit was done to us unbeknownst to us.
Sometimes people can use you as an example of what's not to be. And these people are needed in society. So people in certain other positions that may have to do quote unquote evil things will perpetuate evil for the fear of not to be in the ghetto or for fear to not have a fucked up reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so sorry, my kids was fighting. I had to mute up real quick.
You good?
These niggas. Um,
I was just putting some videos in the chat. I totally didn't realize that we were still on the show.
No, I was thinking about like just the concept of evil, and because I do think it's just some people that's just like not strategic with it. It's just wayward motherfuckers.
Mhm.
And then you have people that do it with as some type of strategy, you know. And from, I mean, like a conspiracy theorist point of view, it would be like the Bilderbergs or the Rothschilds, you know what I mean? That are the evil people, but they're evil strategically.
Bro, I didn't put the dishes in there. I know that there's not a lot of dishes in there.
But I think, like y'all said, like you can't really. It's going to exist.
%1,000%. I don't. It's inevitable.
Yes, it's
And
like
I think I just. It's almost like in our communities, like we like to pretend in certain spaces like it doesn't exist. Which is why I feel like a lot of the shit that gets rampant and out of control and chaotic is based off of that premise where people would rather turn a blind eye than deal type shit.
mm-hmm.
This is a conversation about body awareness. Hood dealing with the youngins right now. So how do you feel about vengeance and retribution as it applies to game theory?
It's a good question.
Do you think it applies or could it?
I think it definitely applies.
what's the question?
What do you think
Vengeance and
about
retribution.
retribution and vengeance as it relates to game theory?
I think it's a part of game theory, because I can think of a strategy where we're in competition with, you know, other players.
Mm-hmm.
You would want to get them back, or you would want to do something to derail them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that other party would want to get them back from derailing them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it definitely has a place in it, because being cunning, being
Guile.
guile and sneaky, and being able to be tactful and tricky, that would be a very useful kind of like just how the Roman Catholic Church started. You know, when Jesus died and he had all these believers, and then Paul was like, well, you know, who was a Roman? Let's create the church, you know, so that we can kind of like hijack this idea, you know, of, you know, obedience, forgiveness, and of God, but we're going to put the Pope in front of the whole thing. You know what I mean? As long as y'all pay y'all taxes, y'all do what I tell y'all to do.
Yeah. Kind of way. Yeah.
Yeah. But for some reason, I thought about the Sith in Star Wars when we're talking about evil.
I always think about the Sith in reference to the Vatican, but go ahead.
Yeah.
You want to play this video?
Yeah. I was saying to them, I don't think you were there, that it's basically about body.
It's about body.
Yeah. Body, how women feel about how they treated their body.
Oh shit.
It's everything to me because you only get one. Health and wellness is of the utmost to me now, as obviously as we all age, we need to treat our bodies much better. And I wish I would have had that frame of mind when I was younger. And I agree with how they used to say youth is wasted on the young, because you don't think about that kind of stuff when you're young. But my body is everything.
How do you value your body, Dana?
I don't think I've ever valued my body.
Damn.
I can be very honest with you. I have always had body issues. I value the quality of my body and the longevity of my body. So I value the things I put into my body so that it can last. Yeah.
Okay. How much is your body worth to you?
I feel like you keep rephrasing the question.
Mm-hmm.
But my body is priceless. I'm just going to leave it at that. Period.
Question, ladies. Can you think of a number of men that you gave your body to that didn't deserve it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
Let's go around the room.
Are we putting the number?
No, not number.
Top of my... Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes.
Tell me the number. I'm interested.
I'm not going to set myself up. You said yes or no. Yes or no.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Smart. I like it. That's why you're always my favorite trainer on the team.
I appreciate that.
You're just crazy as hell. That's all. Sis, you said yes?
Yes.
Dana, you are you a yes with that?
Surely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Barry?
Yes.
Alex?
Absolutely.
Love?
Yes.
Would you guys say it was at the very least more than one?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Y'all can just say yes. Okay. And then have you given your body to anyone that you regretted?
Yes. No.
Damn.
No.
It was what it was kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not regret like you reflect on like I don't want to make it seem like regret like in one way, but like maybe if you could take that back, you would type shit.
My answer is yes to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I know regret can be that far, but there's you know what I mean. There's an in between there with that wasn't worth it. Why did I do it? That nigga don't want me, etc. I don't want him. Right.
Right.
Love said, okay. Y'all keep walking with me now. Stay, keep up. Love said something that was key. I make sure I monitor what goes in my body. I would venture that dicks go inside of you.
Yes.
So you thinking about this, right? You thinking about this. You guys say your bodies are invaluable, right? The value of them is you can't measure it.
Yeah.
Now we just uncover the fact that there's bodies we regret, people we initially never slept with, etc., etc. What goes into our body is very important. You guys agree?
Yes.
No.
So now I'm gonna ask you a question again. How much do you value your body?
I repeat what I said earlier. I value
Hold
a
on,
lot.
then don't go if it's the same thing.
Can I say something?
You're asking the
Hold
us
on.
to.
Here's what I'm at now. Here's
Right,
one
'cause
thing
you
that I
asked
want
me,
to.
what is my body
Hold on,
worth
y'all.
to
Hold on. I know I asked you
Yeah.
different questions, right? But here's what the thing is: the other ladies are listening, are also answering, and it's okay if you subscribe to one of their answers. It's okay. I asked a few different questions in a bunch of different ways just to understand, right? Because a lot of times on the panel, one lady will start windmilling, everybody gonna windmill with her. So now let's not try to break down each other's answers. I think all y'all answered honestly initially. But have you thought about this though before? Your body is invaluable, right? You can't measure the value. That's what the majority of you guys said in some way, shape, or form. And then you gave it to people that seemingly didn't deserve it. So now if you answer that question again, considering those factors, considering health and all those other things, how much do you actually value your body? And here's the thing. You guys are brave enough to be up here, but there's plenty of women in the chat. It's going to be 8,000 people to watch this. And when you guys are answering, it ain't just you. You feel me? You answering for a lot of other people. You know, I usually say that, like, I represent all the women in the world. But the truth is, who actually
What the fuck is he talking about?
How you get them on there though?
I don't know. Like, I'm just.
He does this weekly with a panel of women, and I guess it's just his circle or whatever. Like he has a spot on YouTube. DJ Hamp, shout out to DJ Hamp. Yeah, that's a lot going on there, big bro. What say you?
I don't know. Is it feminism? What
What do you mean feminism? Elaborate. What you mean?
I mean, do they wish they was niggas? You know what I mean? And at some point, something happened to let them know, oh, he's not niggas.
Right.
I mean, one of them was like, nah, I don't value my body. One of them did say, absolutely not.
One of them said priceless. That was the youngest one.
I don't think they're authentic questions if you forcing a status quo. So it's like if I'm like talking about like anything like about stealing or some shit like that. Did you ever steal before? So tell me about the time you stole. Hey, like, did it feel good when you was stealing? At a certain point, you're gonna feel like, all right, like, you know what I'm saying? You trying to attack me.
Yeah.
Right.
Real slick way.
Yeah. Real lawyerish.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I think we just under the mass delusion that women care about what we think, and I think like they don't. So it's not necessarily a valid
approach
premise, in my opinion.
I'm right there with you. Like that's the whole reason why I clip these things, because it's not about the women necessarily. Sometimes it's about the people asking the questions and the manner in which they choose to ask the questions. Now, he does a masterful job of maneuvering in and around the same premise, but just approaching it from different angles. And I think there's something to be said about the way in which you ask a person a question and then how many questions you follow that up with. But there's also a level of dishonesty, I think, that comes in that approach. In which, now, granted, we're in a court of law, it'd be golden, right? But this ain't a court of law, right? And if you are able to use your intelligentsia over another person just by, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just
think we've all dealt with women in a space where, correct me if I'm wrong, please, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. You ever dealt with a woman and you didn't give a fuck if she was a hoe or not because you just liked her that much?
1000%.
Like, not to say that you wish she was a hoe or she was a hoe, but like if she was so happened to like rack up a few, you'll be like, well, I found me a little diamond in the rough. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that, man, correct me if I'm wrong, that grown ass people really about to make headway and having body count, is your body valuable to you type of conversation.
No.
You can correct me if I'm wrong though.
No.
I don't feel like it's valid.
Right.
It's overdone, overhyped, childish, obsessive.
Yeah, misleading.
Yeah, it's like a lot of different things. Like the indicator is off too, because like if she fuck with two dudes, but one of the dudes she fucked 1,000 times because it was her boyfriend, and her boyfriend had a high sexual drive, so he fucked the bitch 7 times a day for 1,000. But
no.
Count, the conversation is dumb at that point.
He said it's mad mileage, my nigga.
Mad mileage, dog.
Damn, you say it like that. It's like, okay, one car that's under 100,000 that has 8 owners, and then one car,
you say it like that is ridiculous.
200,000 miles, one owner.
Yeah. You say it like that. It is kind of crazy. Like, is somebody in the corner with a calculator right now? Like, that.
But I think people discuss stuff like this. I think for weird psychological kink about it, you know what I mean? Because I remember being in college, you know, and guys saying like, shit, you know what I mean? Like, you know, what if old girl done got dragged by a dude, you know what I mean, with a 18-incher, you know what I mean? Like, she'll never be the same, you know what I mean? Like, just throwing shit out there, you know what I mean? Just scenarios of like, what if, you know, would you rather have a chick that's a virgin or a chick that's a hoe, because a hoe know how to treat a guy, you know what I'm saying? Those kind of things. Or, well, why would you want a virgin? Because you can mold her, you get what I'm saying?
That leads perfectly into our next video, but go ahead.
And it's just like the different scenarios. I think people like to play around with each other's psychology and just to see how someone's going to react to something.
Mm-hmm. This is around to getting women to allude to the accumulation of body count being an issue versus it not. Like,
I was just gonna say, like, how, like, I just never seen a grown man really care. Any setting when he's like out here looking for women.
Yeah. I would gander into saying that niggas don't necessarily possess that luxury card.
Yeah.
I think people don't really think of it as something that's possible. And so it's kind of like, you know, you'll be more surprised to find somebody, you know, in their 30s that hasn't had sex. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's more weirder. That's weird.
Yeah. You might there's something wrong with them.
Like something really wrong with, like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah. Because I mean, we in a, you know, a hypersexual culture, you know what I mean? Like, even the commercials are sexual, you know what I mean? They be talking about ketchup, but shit be freaky, you know what I mean? And the music, all of that, you know. This is the time we living in, man. Yeah, it's the time we living in. But I do think that you find you somebody that you could trust, and your intuition is telling you positive things, and you just work at it with that person, you know, because I do think as you get older, it is going to be difficult to bond with somebody with the potential that person, not that the person had a lot of partners, but just, you know, a 40-year-old person probably bonded with someone for a long time. Not saying that you can't, you know what I mean, but
you saying if you start at 40?
Yeah. Like I'm thinking from the perspective that, and I'm trying to understand this. Really putting your best foot forward in like relationships, you know, because if you in it to have a bunch of sex, then I mean that's you. But if you in it to actually like build a legacy, have a family and stuff like that, other people's body counts don't matter. like at all. Like it's not even like important topic. Does that make sense?
Yeah, if purpose and union is your if purpose and union is your goal, and it means something to you, like really means something to you. How many people she busted open for is irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the reality.
Mm-hmm.
And even into the realms of you getting with a girl that's hypersexual, right? And you like, and she do got a lot of bodies, and it is going to end up wrong. You still got to understand that part of the game too, because it's a certain level of dealing with. That's what I was going to say. Dealing with a woman in a way where it's easy is possible. Dealing with a woman where it's hard, you got to recognize that, and it's a reason for that in reference to the body count question. Like a girl that don't got a lot of male examples, and she deals with you at a certain level where she starts to like you or love you. Um, I mean, just depending on, people is different, but at the end of the day, I would just say like, when a girl like you and when she like other guys, and you gotta really figure that part out in this day and age. In this day and age, for real, because
Yeah. Better to be in the know than not to know, nigga.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Do the work, nigga. Do the work.
I mean, you can get a goddess, is all I'm saying. Like when you do the right spiritual work, but you out here thirsty McGursty trying to smack on everything, or not even
That's dangerous.
eliciting purpose within your relations with women.
That's dangerous. It's so dangerous.
Scary.
Playing with fire.
Niggas literally said for all of these years you gotta fight fire with fire. And I'm like, no,
no.
You don't, dog. You fight
Niggas
fire.
still haven't figured that shit out yet. Like a nigga with a big gun, you don't go get a bigger gun. Like it doesn't make any sense, bro.
But to y'all point, I think that's the biggest thing. Like, as a man, like either figuring out your purpose or being in your purpose and cultivating that purpose, instead of like chasing after women, because you either gonna find somebody that's gonna fuck with you, and you're gonna end up broke, or you're gonna end up in a bad situation, or you can be in your purpose, find your purpose, cultivating your purpose, and she'll find you. The right one will find you. Yeah, it'll just create like I would say like
being in your purpose magnetizes that shit, bro.
Yeah, because I think at the end of the day, and it's something that we've said on this podcast before, is that most women don't care what guys think, and most women think men is corny. So I think if you really find somebody that like you for you, that means something, because
will never be accepted, nigga.
Yeah, because I mean, and you
that's
see
a
it all the
spiritual
time.
thing, man. That's a goddamn miracle. If a girl
Yeah.
like you done did some spiritual work.
Yeah. Because I mean, like you always hear like a girl be like, I like so and so, and the girls be like, what? That nerdy dude with the goofy glasses and you know what I mean, with the polo shirt with the collar all stretched out and shit. Like you like him? Ugh. You get what I'm saying? But like, oh, girl actually like you. You get what I'm saying? So shit. Tell them freaks to get a man of their own, it's really interesting. I think from a spiritual perspective, when two people actually want to be around each other, actually fucks with each other, despite all the shit that they see in this world.
Charleston talking about that same shit in that video.
I'm done talking.
You believe it's wrong for a woman to be married and have a baby?
No, not if you married a hoe. But if you married a woman, then yeah. But a hoe, hoe ain't hoe. Hoe do what hoe do. He married a hoe, and he had him a good hoe, or he just didn't know how to keep his hoe. He had a good hoe. Remember, she bought him the Bentley, had the blunt in the ashtray already rolled, get $1 million. We didn't know he was poor. She did. That's why she was publicly building him up, and she was going out her way to do this before the world. I'm talking about getting him all the credit. Never talk down or nothing. No, it was a good hoe. And she was trying to play happy housewife hoe.
That's a special spot for a hoe.
But that's but only hoes can play that role.
You think so?
Mama, she played it to the T. Yeah, she did. And she never complained about it. So she played only a hoe can. Hoes make the best housewife. That was the best housewife he could ever find. She just couldn't cook. But you know what? She'll let another hoe come in and eat her pussy and cook for y'all. He trying to go fuck without her. Yeah, no.
So you think hoes make the best housewife?
Hoes make the best housewife. That's why God ordained the hoe to walk with the prophets and not a woman.
I tell you, it's a certain treatment you get from certain class of woman that's just different, man. Like they know how to cater.
Because women don't understand men.
Right.
They never but hoes do, because she's been with a lot of men. And men are open with hoes. Men are open with hoes. Men ain't real open with women. Hoes get to see the best and the worst of men. Of all kind of men. Women don't. A hoe is a male's expert.
Right.
Homie, she can stroke the ego. She know when.
What about a church-going girl versus the hoe?
A church-going girl turn into a bitch, a nagging, because she don't understand nothing. That's why God say, if you got your church woman and she's gonna nag, yeah. That's why I say a nag, for a man to live in a house with a nagging woman, he's supposed to take his pillow and sleep on the rooftop. So it's better for him to sleep on the roof than to be in there with the nagging woman. Well, the church girl don't nag behind the word of God. Well, the word, man, bitch, that word.
She gonna try to make you stand up on it.
Man, don't you stand on it and let me be a man. My connection to God ain't got nothing to do with you and your word, baby. That's why Adam separated himself from Eve to go talk to God. He never even talked to God with his next to him. He parted ways from her. So, cause she praying for one thing. She's praying to conquer you. She ain't praying for you to lead her. No woman is praying, but let me just say that. A hoe will, cause a hoe want to be led.
But so the church girl, so you think the church girl,
her husband don't lead, the pastor do.
The pastor control the church girl.
Yeah.
Over her husband.
Well, pastor said. Pastor had a word for pastor word. Thought that sermon up all last night, right? I talk off the top of my dome. I ain't never read the Bible, but I can quote it.
That's crazy.
I ain't never read it, but I can quote it, because Mama said that the scriptures say that the Holy Spirit is what writes God's word upon man's heart.
What y'all say? That was a good one. I mean, according to Charleston, you're supposed to marry the hoe. So this body count thing.
I don't know, man. This is like.
Oh, go ahead.
You could go ahead.
It seemed. Now I can think of a scenario where that works. You know what I mean? But it almost seemed like a fantasy, if you will. Yeah, because most hoes is just kind of just stupid.
I feel like yeah, like this nigga, let's lay it out though. Like when you talking about girls that's sex workers, they don't like doing that shit. They're not happy to fuck a stranger. Like it is very stressful. It is not fun. It's not something that a girl is like happy to do, right? That's survival mode, right? So whenever you able to put a woman outside of survival mode, what you would then expect is like a level of reciprocation that only a hoe could give you, right? Because you ain't saving a girl that got a college degree, because she gonna get her fucking apartment with or without you.
Yeah.
She gonna be pushing her Kia Soul, like she don't give a fuck. She got her fucking sorority tags on her.
She got her degrees. She got her degrees in the window.
Like she don't care. She not beat for it. But in reference to you saying, all right, you don't gotta fuck strangers and get drunk and do drugs. That's a different type of respect.
That's a different type of saving, right? Like could that be termed as a certain level of provision, right?
It
Like,
just depends on the ego of the girl, I would say. Is the lack of delusion. I mean, you could get a very sensible girl that's just like, doing it out of survival, right? Because she can't find a job and she's trying to make a way for herself. But at the end of the day, right, you probably gonna want that quality in a wife.
Some elements.
Some elements
of those
that,
elements in your
that
woman.
mentality of I'm not going to starve out here.
You
Because
gonna want
a lot of girls will, will have the same, what I'm saying, same equipment and the pride, what I'm saying, they would
like
not.
the girl we was listening to earlier.
Oh yeah, femininity is what she say?
Oh yeah, femininity will get you fucked.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like she said, be careful being feminine because femininity will get you fucked. Oh man. I could see why he would say this, right? He spends a lot of time in the adult film industry. He spends a lot of time in strip clubs, and he's in that world where women are trying to bust it open for a real one, right? Like they doing it, right? I wouldn't necessarily say that they're doing it because they want to, like Hood said. I wouldn't necessarily say that the women that he probably deals with are content with their current lifestyle.
Let's just say if you find yourself in that situation, 1% is doing it because they enjoy being around weirdo ass men on a day-to-day basis. Like, who would love that?
Yeah, like you need like 30 niggas so you can pay the rent this one. Like that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we need
crazy to me, bro.
We need the hoes to speak. We need the real hoes to speak, man.
Yeah, we need a conversation with the hoes.
Because they gotta take a toll on you.
Maybe we need a sacred whore panel, right? Like, and I'm being super genuine. Like, I would extend a ridiculous amount of respect to them if they were willing to do so, but I don't think these conversations can be had without one being present. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I think with him, I think he's a talking point guy. I think he's a comedian. I think he got agent in him or with him, whatever. But I also think like he's speaking to the level of women that he likes. He's not necessarily speaking to the level of women that exist. And the ideas of union and all of that, like on a lot of different levels, he's right. But I don't think he's right because that's all that exists. Like that's it. Some people gonna have to come down off their high horse and get with a woman like that. Some of those women with all those degrees eventually gonna have to come down off of those high horses and get with a nigga playing Madden in the back, right? Like it eventually is gonna get to a point like either you're doing that or you're just not doing nothing at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's the interesting part. Like when you really think of like the type of life you want to live, and then you think of like a mate partner, and it seemed like a lot of people are unrealistic about what's available for them based off of the lifestyle that they want to live or they're working at having. You get what I mean? Like I think if, for instance, if you're a woman that has a PhD and she went to law school, there's going to be a certain amount of people that's going to be available for you. And then there's going to be a certain amount of people that you're only willing to even allow to talk to you.
Yeah.
Or even
she's going to disqualify most men from the door.
Yeah, from the door. But then I think it's always a certain amount of people that's available for you. You know what I mean? Like, but people want a certain thing. I think people have a certain
aesthetic.
It's like they project the animal and the animus. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, you're not gonna find that. That's a psychological construct for your soul.
Yeah.
But it seems like somebody, you get what I'm saying? Like it's like they gotta be this. They gotta have that. They gotta have this.
I'm looking for archetypes.
Yeah.
I don't even know if most of these archetypes even exist, but
they're more likely to want marriage and commitment.
Your neighbor could be that person for you.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you on social media looking at this person across the country like this, man. I need somebody like this.
Yeah.
I mean,
that coworker that get on your nerves.
Yeah. Instead, you looking at BBLs and Monaco and shit like
an AI.
This real one right here. This is what I need.
Yeah, you're gonna get roped into the AI round.
Like, no, nigga, no.
I think people really need to investigate why they want what they say they want.
Yeah. Where did those ideas come from?
Mm-hmm. Do you want that because it's actually you that want it, or do you want it because you think society says you should have it?
Who is more easily bored in relationships, men or women?
Women.
If women are more easily bored, why are they more likely to want marriage and commitment?
Status.
If women are strong and independent and don't need no man, why does the pressure of marriage and commitment typically come from women?
They're liars.
Who is more
Very matter-of-factly. I have a question for the panel.
You should have asked her if she was married.
I got a question real quick before we go. Real quick question. Do you think psychologically, ultimately, a woman's goal is to dominate her man?
I think she will if she gets the opportunity to. And I'm not saying it like
yes.
yeah. And I'm not saying it like with malice. I think it's just one of them things where like
is there a way to dominate without malice?
I'm trying to think of a good analogy without but yeah, I'm
Look,
just
can you jump in here, please? Did you hear what that nigga just said? That nigga, you trying to find a nicer way to say it, my guy?
I think so. I think from just a human perspective, I don't even think it's gender specific. I think, you know, if you let people walk all over you, they gonna do it.
Does that desire come from Lilith or does it come from feminism? Hood?
It's probably one and the same. I think like at a core of like feminine ideologies, you have a enemy or you have an oppressor that you have to equalize with because this person have more power than you. So now you got to be on an equal playing field. So in this ideology, you are imagining or visualizing a scenario that's not necessarily real, but to confirm your bias, you eventually have to look at men as a threat or as an oppressor or as an enemy. I don't think that a lot of women understand how their ideology can show up in their homes, show up in just real personal areas of their life because that ideology has the nature of the ideology is not what you think it is. Is to destroy the household. Right? Is to be a ticking time bomb in your household in reference to the man that you with, in reference to okay, you're not doing what I want you to do, so boom, right? And a lot of times, like you rarely get to hear the man's side of the story. Right. So like you just know that, you know, it just not working out, you know. So all I'm saying is this, like when we get to learning how they really feel about us, then you wouldn't accept nothing but the best from your woman. You wouldn't just deal with a girl that take you or leave you because at the end of the day, it don't care how good she look or what she got going on. If the feminine seed is in there or the goddess worship is in there, because the goddess worship is out of balance, right? Anima animus, right?
Yeah.
Inside of every woman is a male god. Inside of every man is a goddess. But to do the double negative, it puts you into like I've seen it. It's like, you know, it's an eventual hate. Like any type of like a majority, not all, but a majority of women that have like me up until they don't like me. And I never and the thing about me, I never heard your ideology to dislike you.
Yeah. I didn't
I
get
still love you. Shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what happened, you know, but I know that the fire burns out a lot of it, like with these particular I don't know, just competition or just eventually looking at you as like a negative person or an enemy. And I think that's the ultimate goal, right? To fragment like from ancient times with Zeus, like man, these motherfuckers too powerful when they connect. Like motherfuckers going on ships to fucking capture whales for fucking they ink and all this weird shit, never coming home again. Like Who gives a fuck about capturing whale ink? You know what I'm saying? You broke up a family for that. You know what I'm saying? In the grand scheme of things, y'all the motherfucker burnt that shit out. They don't even do that shit no more.
Facts.
But I'm just saying, like, it's a. You think you working to make money? You got a PhD to make money? You got a job. However you gonna boil it down to, you got a motherfucking job, and that is what you selling your family down the river for, or potential family, because it's like, yeah, you got a PhD, but that PhD don't get you nothing but a job. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You gotta punch the clock, nigga, and you do more hours than normal.
Cause you getting paid on salary, so you can't even get paid overtime.
And most of them work in universities. They don't even work for it.
Your life isn't yours at that point.
You see them university schedules, boy.
Them niggas take residency. Sometimes them niggas be on 2 and 3 day shifts straight. Like, what?
You ever seen a course schedule book? That shit about
yeah.
Depending on the school, shit, it might
intimidating.
be 5 books.
Fuck yeah.
You don't know what the fuck you about to choose.
Like a Webster dictionary. Yeah.
How y'all having 100 variations of the same class at the same time on the same day in 70 different buildings across the state? Online, in person, like this is too much.
Yeah.
English 101, like this shit is crazy.
Pre-med, post-med, graduation med. Yeah. It's all designed to keep you wrapped up in something other than connection with your perfect union. So 1000%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we touched on a lot. We went over 2 hours now.
No doubt, man. Y'all got anything to say on the closeout?
Yeah, be on the lookout for us in a couple of days. We're coming down the pike. Opening up joining and subscriptions to my channel. Be starting some communities on there. So look for that to come down the pike this week. Of course, join the Substack, join the Discord. Check out whiterabbitpsych.com. Yeah. I shade to the family. Ancestors known and unknown. Salute to y'all.
Yeah. Peace. Thank you all for rocking out with us this evening.
Yes, sir.
On live and post live. And man, have a good week. Have a good week. Enjoy your week. Meditate. Journal. Stop projecting.
Word.
No, that's the shit I'm working on.
Yes, sir. Peace to the tribe, man. Catch y'all all on the flip side, man.
Peace.
Good night.
It's the Initiates. We back. We are the #1 spiritual podcast on the internet. Align your chakras, gain some knowledge, make more dollars. You are now tuned into scholars. Join the Discord. Be a part of the conversation. The Initiates Podcast and the Initiates Nation. Roll up your favorite pack and your best libation. Take some notes or go deep into meditation. The time we share is Soul Creations.
Enjoy the show.